All right. Hey, Laura. My name is Matt Bunker. I am one of Christy's friends. In fact, maybe I know you. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, she just asked me to share some of my experiences with plexus and Crohn's. Like I said earlier, I've had Crohn's. I've been diagnosed with Crohn's for about 7 years, and have really struggled with the symptoms of Crohn's since I was 17. I'm 39 now, so it's been a while. For the longest time, I had bleeding ulcers and couldn't eat. I was I'm about 6 feet tall, and I was down to about 150, 156, something like that. This is my son, Will. Say hi, Will.
Hi.
We're just over at our neighbor's house, kind of helping out. Anyways, yeah, so I mean, I've been dealing with it for a long time. About a year and a half ago, Christy invited my wife Jackie to use plexus, and so we researched it a lot. Actually, before that, Christy went to see a doctor down in Spanish Fork that was a kind of a naturalist doctor, and since I was struggling with Crohn's and my weight had recovered and spiked, actually, I was trying to figure out how I could lose weight and still not have symptoms of Crohn's. Um, and so we went down and saw her, and because we liked her and we like Christy, we trust Christy, all that stuff. When Christy started selling Plexus, we decided to give it a shot, even though we're like strongly opposed to MLMs, you know. Man, we also know that Christy wouldn't try to like scam us or anything like that, or pawn anything on us that wouldn't be good for us, because we just know her, right? And so we did our research before we bought anything. My wife is a vet nurse, and she actually isn't just like one of these girls that graduates from high school and then goes and takes care of kitties and doggies, you know. She got her degree in veterinary medicine at the Y at BYU, and that included tons of anatomy, like regular human anatomy, animal anatomy, both human and animal medicine. So she knows her chemistry, biochemistry, all that stuff. She's very much interested in medicine. And so she understands like the biochemical reactions with different chemicals that are going into our bodies, and how we react to them. And so she did a lot of research before going forward with it. And then she finally decided that it was a good thing to do, especially since a lot of the components in Plexus are natural compounds. Um, and the only downside to Plexus is that it was expensive. And right now we're living paycheck to paycheck, just as we have been since the beginning of our marriage. And so it was a real stretch for us to get it. And which is why I'm not taking it right now, to be honest. It's just one of those months that we can't really afford it. So, but just to give you an idea, though, of how it helped, and how it does help when I take it. Like when I take it regularly for a month or 2 months at a time, it basically significantly decreases my sugar cravings. That pink drink that you take in the morning just kind of eliminates your sugar cravings, which is really good. So on the weight loss side, it really helps. And it's been proven that that anything that spikes insulin is what causes weight gain, and it's not really like calories are a myth. And that's something that I've come to know for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, that the calories are really insignificant. But what does cause me to gain weight is whenever I see an increase in my sugar intake. Regardless, the pink drink helps me reduce my sugar cravings. Sugar also tends to hurt my gut, and which helps with the Crohn's quite a lot. And I have what my GI doctor calls a he says I have a severely abnormal form of Crohn's, which sounds serious, but actually it's very good. It's probably the best form of Crohn's you can have. Most people who have Crohn's have it just in their lower intestine. I have it all throughout my digestive system, from my mouth to where, and mostly it attacks me in my esophagus and in my stomach. And so if I can calm down the inflammation in those areas, I'm much, much better off. And I am taking Humira right now on a bi-monthly, no, anyway, I take it 2 times a month. And it's expensive, as you know, if you are taking Humira, and it just completely obliterates your immune system. And so you basically get every single disease that your kids bring home. Like I took Humira and I had hand, foot, and mouth disease once. I got shingles. It's just crazy illnesses that a person who's 39 years old shouldn't get, right? So basically, I don't like Humira because it just makes me sick. And I usually, about every other time I take Humira, I'm like having a sinus infection or the flu or something. And then about once every 6 months, I get one of these weird diseases. So I don't like Humira. I would rather just go off of Humira altogether and just deal with it. And then when I started taking plexus, it really helped with, like I said, the pink drink helped a lot with sugar cravings, which helps with inflammation. It also helps with gut regulation. And so the die-off of the yeast in my gut was hard for about the first week, and I did feel kind of gross. But after that, it felt awesome. I felt like I was going to the bathroom super, super regularly. Everything, this is what we're talking about, right? So we're talking about digestive system stuff. So my poop was like, from what I could tell, healthy, right? It was regular. I wasn't having as much gas. It was, painless. Like my poop wasn't painless, but when does poop have feelings? So, right. Like my guts were painless. And my stomach was painless, and my esophageal reflexes were painless. And so I just didn't have as much pain. And then Christy recommended that I take this blue clam stuff. It's like a anti-inflammation thing from that they use clams from New Zealand. Blue lip clams, I think, is what they call them. And apparently it tastes like fish oil, like you're taking fish oil. And, it stinks, and it's weird, but when you take it, it reduces your inflammation. I noticed a difference when I took it regularly, but the smell was just a little too much for me, and I was kind of a wuss. My wife was giving me a hard time about it, so she's like, just take it, stop being a baby. And so I'm going to get back on that and see how it helps with the inflammation. The other thing I took was this stuff that, like if ever Jackie, my wife, made pancakes or something that were high in carbs and sugars, it basically blocked all of those from being digested. It just kind of flushed them out. That really helped. I liked that quite a lot. And then the thing that I like a lot is that I've been trying to get off of diet sodas, but it's can't even remember the name of it. It's just like a caffeine pill with some other goodies, but it gave me consistent, steady energy throughout the day, and I really enjoyed taking that. So, it is expensive. It's something you certainly have to budget for. Everybody says, you want to try it for 3 or 6 months. I would say try it for a month. See if it does you any good in a month. If it does, then keep doing it. If it doesn't, then maybe scale back to just one of the things, or see what you can do. Just do what you can afford. And if you can't, then do what you can every so often. Is it miraculous? I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty great. It did help me, but it's when it comes to paying our mortgage or doing plexus. I mean, we're gonna of course pay our mortgage. So yeah, I mean, you just have to make some decisions about if you can eliminate some of the costs in your life to afford it. I know Christy's really good about helping people start, and she just doesn't really care a whole lot about the money. She just cares about helping people feel better. Same with my wife, Jackie. She just like, if it makes people feel better, then great. And she'll see what she can do to kind of help you through it financially. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that will help you if you take it consistently. And if you have any questions, text me or give me a call. I'll leave my number there in the message. So, all right, good luck.